There was a study conducted amongst the children practicing on frontal lobe function. Finger movement task or some of the task where your frontal lobe planning is required. Frontal lobe means part of the brain which is in the front side, which requires your facial identity planning and function. We call it as functional lobe function, frontal lobe function, more of planning activities. So they found that resonance of Om chanting, they found that frontal lobe activity will increase, your planning ability will increase, your memory recall will increase, your attention span increases, memory increases, intelligence increases. So they conducted a study of 3 to 6 months in a children, school going children. So sometimes we'll discuss and practice Om chanting, how to do loud chanting of Om. Taking deep breath while exhaling, you are going to say A, U, Ma or Om chanting. So why I am connecting is I am connecting the ancient aspect of yoga and modern medical aspect of frontal lobe function. Last one is Trataka. Trataka is one of the Shat Kriyas. Shat means 6 in Sanskrit. 6 Kriyas of yoga which is meant for cleansing. Kriyas means cleansing. I specifically found this Trataka is very good for increasing your focusing ability, defocusing, both. I also call it as focusing and defocusing technique. So intense focus. See, when our brain is all the time sharp and absorbing too many information without a break, you get into exhaustion. Is it not? Is it not? Your distractibility is more. What I can see, she has a headache, she is lying down, is different. When you two I am observing, your ability to process information is high. You are receiving the information, everything, but you are not able to cope up with your energy. So you are either moving hands or shaking legs and all. So where it means you are taking the information, but while processing, your number of thoughts are too many distractions possible. So this is what my observation from a distance. Where in your case, your intelligence might be high. Your intuition might be good, but you should be able to balance both of this. High intelligence without not being sensitive, not being processing the information right, also it will put a pressure on your brain, pressure on your being. At particular cost, you are using the intelligence. So you should use the intelligence, create activities, while you can also maintain the relaxation. It's a little difficult to understand what I am trying to say. You are actively using your brain for certain outwardly activities when you are doing projecting and doing that, you are able to do it better, but inwardly inside of your brain there are so much multiple ways of activities happening. There you are not able to defocus, or you are not able to cut down those distractibilities which you are having at the back of your mind. Am I making sense? Okay. So those things is you need to work more on the focusing, defocusing. Or I'll tell it in a different way. Stimulation and relaxation. It does not mean that all the time I should be active in the brain. No. Sometimes I can unlearn. Unlearning is also at most important. It is not just stored information. So mobile, data cable also can store the information. What is a hard disk also can store the information, and it will give you all the information whenever you give it. Whenever you ask, whenever you give a command to it, it will give it back to you. So what is the difference between the hard disk data and your brain data? There should
doesn't need any break and we need a break.
Yes, but at the same time, so it need not to be active all the time. It also can be sometimes passive, active and passive. For you to relax more, for you to be more effective, you should not be in the fight all the time. Sometimes you need to rest, relax, replenish your energies, then you fight, go for a fight. I am talking about mind. So it is not, all the education system is training to be very active. Stimulus is more, relaxation is less. They will not give you time to breathe, time to relax, is it not? So again, I will repeat is, I cannot change the education system in a day, but I want to help you to balance the active and passive. So when you are speaking something, speech and silence also important. You correlate these two words with your absorption, assimilation, re-expression. When you are active, when you are speaking something, the stored information in the brain is coming out, okay, which you have studied, recollected, mugged up, whatever it is. But when you are in silent, you are giving space for absorbing verbal, non-verbal commands, other source of information which can get through, not from the chattering of the mind. So both are important for me. When you are listening actively, some process is happening at the back of your mind, which either it will get in sync with what subject you are talking, or it will go out of sync. What mom is making breakfast, something like that, it will go out of sync. It's okay. But again, if you are able to bring it back frequently to the present moment of study, you are able to gather more. If your mind is distracting to multiple occasions, you are not able to gather more information. You got it? Okay. So we will not go much detail into it. Trataka is a very simple focusing and defocusing technique where it will help you to cleanse your eyeballs by making your eyeballs to, or making your vision to fix sure. So fix your eye gaze. Fix your gaze to a particular object. Object chosen can be any stars, sun, so I will not use sun, moon, any stars, any point, bindu. If I say I will put a dot on this and I will ask you to focus on this, this will become bindu trataka. Okay. So object of focus can be anything. Or another can be Jyoti Trataka. Jyoti is we use candle lamp. Again, Trataka can be divided into two categories. Bahiranga Trataka, Antaranga Trataka. So externally you focus on particular object in the initial days of learning, or you focus on the candle light gaze, initial days, there is an object is outside. But later in due course of time, if you are able to become more professional, more advanced in that, you no need any object outside. You just close your eyes, in between your eyebrows you will get that object, whatever object you desire for. A spot or a sun or a moon or a star or a same candle gaze, you can get it at the back of your memory, mind pattern. On the background of your mind images, when you close your eyes, you can get the same spot, and then you can do the same focusing, defocusing technique on that particular bindu. Okay. Because it's a daytime, I will only use one small 10 minutes practice of bindu trataka.